Laura.
I know that.
True history of the company going all the way back. And since the food won't be here for 2 hours, I can just go ahead and talk about it. Actually, the way the company started is I was in the laundry business.
I know that.
And we had a plant on Fullerton Avenue that we had about 125, 130 people working there. And the laundry business just wasn't a very good business because I'm willing to bet none of you send out laundry anymore. And the reason finally a laundry bought us out. So our family owned the building and we sold it to some people who did woodworking. They're remodeling banks and things like that, all the fancy woodwork you see in there. And we rented a area that was 25 wide, which is narrower than this room, by 175 feet long. I used to call it the submarine. And the way the company actually got started was I was looking for something else to go into. And I had a number of friends. Seymour was our accountant in the laundry business. And when I came up with the proposal to start the company, he liked how he came aboard. We actually had 2 other people that most of you have never met. One was David Levinson, who was a professor of metallurgy, and he and I worked together when I was working as a metallurgist. And a fellow named Sam Chester, who only lasted about 2 months with the company. He made an investment, and he and I didn't get along. And, I mean, it's hard to imagine that I would get along with anybody. He and I did get along, so we bought him out. And we put together some money, and we took a big risk because I think all of us had our houses mortgaged or, as collateral for the loans that we used, the chemicals that were used in the process. So I went out to Kodak also. And so I learned a little bit about what we're doing. I brought this here because this is the first job that we did. Leonard gave me an order for 50 of these to give out as Christmas gifts. And this was, so that was a very good learning experience. To clean the sheets, we had we used a floor scrubber with some pumice. We put the sheets down and used the floor scrubber, clean it off, and then rinse it off. And we dry the panels. And I've got some pictures here that after the luncheon you can look at, and it shows some of the old equipment. And it's got my bar mitzvah picture in there also. And at that time, that we started the company, the name of the company was PhotoFab Parts Incorporated. This was our first piece of promotional literature. It was a generic term. Just incidental to that, we were in Italy this year, and you go in Italy, that's how they spell photo. All the photo stores are F-O-T-O, and we visited a plant there, and they were doing F-O-T-O fabrication. Now on Fullerton Avenue, we had a little front office where we had one desk and a coordinator graph. So I would go out during the day and sell, and then I'd come in at night, and if we sold anything, then I'd draw it up on the coordinator graph. And at that time, we used Fotel, we were using today for photographic work. And we had, very slow, modest growth. And so that was 67, and by 71, we had run out of room in that little space, and we were renting a number of stores on Fullerton Avenue. We had how we handle chemicals here. But the move was quite interesting, because for almost a year we did the etching on Fullerton, and we did all the other work over here, including the inspection. And the only water was over where the water comes in and water for the bathrooms. So we had to run piping all the way out to where the etch room is today. We used at that time liquid resist, which was really bad stuff to work with, and the better business to be into was the invention of the dry film resist that we're using today. And we used many different brands of it over the years, but that was a very, very big thing. Other big changes, we had a large, some of you remember, but some of you are new since then. We had a whole drafting and camera department over near where the loading dock is. And we did a lot of photography. We even went into the precision photography business for a short time. That didn't really work out. Where is the process going? I think as the years go on, we're going to see more and more automated optical inspection. There's machines that are coming out that are already invented and getting more and more practical as far as something we can afford, where you can put a part down and it'll use a scanner to read it, and it'll make inspection processes a lot more accurate. You'll have a file and put a sheet in, it'll project an image directly onto the photoresist and not have any film whatsoever. And that's being done today in the semiconductor and the printed circuit business. But we're a few years off from that, but it shows there are places to go. And I can see someday there being a laser operation. Personally, I have enjoyed the many years. I mean, there's been a lot of people that have been on the payroll over the last 30 years. There have been times we had very, very large turnover because it wasn't a very nice place to work, and there were fumes and problems, and some of our middle managers weren't the nicest people in the world. But after 30 years, I think we've really got it right at this point, and I'm very pleased with everybody, and we tried to show it this year. I hope you all appreciate it, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you. So to see you through all these years, and now, Maria,
Now I'm taking another look.
employees of the company.
As you retire, it says. Oh, and I got a card with everything. Oh, how nice. Today you're looking back upon your years and all they meant, the many friends that you have made, the happy times you spent, and now on your retirement you'll be looking forward to future years. May each one bring more happiness to you. Congratulations. And I'll treasure this card. Amen. I know what it is. It is a camera, but a wonderful travel camera.
Let me see it.
I'll let him see it.
Hold on.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
Oh.
Oh, that is so nice.
What is it?
It's a pen.
The pen, I can use it as a type pen.
Right.
Right. That's great. Thank you so much.
Now this may seem strange, but there's one other person to whom we should be giving thanks, and that's the woman behind the man, Anne Freeman, who supported him all these years. Now for the important announcement. The food has arrived. However, in order for us to put the food out, we're going to ask everyone